Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Dr. Glenbo. I got some friends right here, but first, I got America's favorite consultant.
I don't know about
Kelly
that.
Schwartz. Kelly, what's up?
How you doing, Glenn?
And then, of course, our America's favorite marketing coach, Minal. Minal, what's up?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having us.
Hey, I'm super excited. So, Kelly, when I heard that you were coming to town, I was like, dude, we have to get on a Facebook Live. And you were saying, Glenn, you know what? I have an event coming up. We need to talk about that. So let's just dive right into it.
Okay.
Tell me about this event. What's going on at this event here?
So for the last couple of years, Anna and I, my better half and partner, have been putting together our CEO program geared towards helping doctors be better business owners, running their business overall, learning how to work on the business, not just in the business. And for the last several years, we've brought in other coaches and done training. We've had Dental Intel come in and speak to them. We usually have 40, 50 doctors, and we've been really focusing on the systems. And a lot of what we train is really about patient retention. And you know how it is. You're always looking for new patients, and there's a lot of coaches out there that say, oh, we can help you get this or that from new patients. Well, then we had the pleasure of running into Miss Minal.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things I like most about her is being a true marketing strategist. She is really helping offices get new patients in the door. She talks the talk and she walks the walk. So when we met up with Minal and Vanessa out in Salt Lake, we asked Minal if she'd be willing to do a workshop geared towards our clients and potential new clients, and if she would come to Charlotte and do so. So we have teamed up, and we're putting on an event May 2nd at Dentsply Sirona National Headquarters. We're limiting the class to, I think, 70, 75, Minal?
Yes, and we have a lot of registrations already. So we have people flying in from Texas to Charlotte, Indiana, Michigan, obviously North Carolina. So yeah, it's been really cool to see how quickly people are starting to sign up.
And we have clients in 26 states, and we're reaching out to them, asking them to come. And this is really geared towards helping them grow their practice. We also have a special guest speaker, Len Tao, is going to talk about online presence and reviews and so forth. So it's going to be a workshop, not a typical seminar, where they're going to come in, get an actual plan to grow their practice and get more new patients. We're going to talk about, Anna and I are going to be talking about some of the systems they should have and how to monitor, talk a little bit about image and mix a few of the things that we teach as well. So it's going to be a fun class.
So, Kelly's not going to say this, but, Dental Intel always rates him as one of their top consultants. That's because he brings results. And Kelly, for those who are looking at Kelly, they're like, man, he looks familiar. Kelly has been really big about giving back to our group. The past 2 years, for the spirit of giving, Kelly has given back and really helped some of those dentists that are in need. So without mentioning names, we were just talking about this before we jumped on, and you were just telling me about how these doctors are just crushing it right now. And so talk about that without mentioning names, but tell me some of these doctors, like what are these, what are their improvements? You're really big on measuring things. So talk about the two doctors that we just talked about, how they've improved.
So one of our offices that was our full year of coaching last year, we just came back from their office, and they have added a full-time hygienist because they have doubled their patient base in 1 year. Their production and collection up, I want to say 165,000 over the previous year, and added an operatory. They are just super ecstatic about the growth. And we are now working together for another year because I just fell in love with these guys. They're one of our favorite practices. So we're working with them even longer. Another office in that vicinity that we just came from have been with us since January, and they're up 40,000, I believe, in collection in just 2 months. So that we put some systems in place there, made some tweaks, got them on the right track. Next week with our other office that we're coaching, and they are up considerable over their previous year. They're a young startup, but we hooked them up with some of our other partners, Bird Eye, Local Med, some of the other companies that we've done some stuff with. So we're doing all kinds of little things to help tweak them and bring them along, and they're super ecstatic about what they're doing as well. So we're getting some big results out there to help these offices giving back.
Well, you know, and I was really excited about your event because you got Minal that's just going to be there. And the thing is that each time I'm listening to Minal, I always learn something new. And, you know, I'm actually going to switch this around here. And you know what the thing is that
she's prettier than both of us.
That most definitely. And the thing is that, you know, everyone she works with. Here's the thing. I mean, people are always asking, like, what's the best consultant work with? What's the best person to work with marketing? And I always say, look, talk to their clients, right? Talk to their clients. You know, don't just ask people for their opinion. Talk to people who actually work. And pretty much almost everyone that's worked with Minal has had great things to say. She just released a book. Hopefully she'll bring a bunch of those books to the event. But when he told me that he was going to be part of this event, I was like, wow, this is going to be so awesome because they're going to learn so many different systems from you. And then they're going to learn more systems from Minal about marketing. So Minal, talk about what you're going to be bringing to this awesome event that's going to be in Charlotte.
Oh, well, thank you for having us, first of all, Glenn. And, you know, yeah, Kelly and I met last year. I was speaking for a workshop that Vanessa had put together. And I'm also, as you know, I love working with people. I love the industry. I'm already saying we have people coming in saying, hey, what's up? What's going on? You know, hi, Alisa. I know you guys are here. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Meghna. Oh, hi, Christopher. Thank you guys for joining us live. But, you know, when I met Kelly and Anna, they told me something that I love. And you love this too, Glenn. So I'm a numbers person. You know, at the end of the day, I want to know that what we are doing is working. Without conversions, everything is kind of fluff and talk. So I don't believe in fluff and talk. I want to see real results. I want to see that we are helping practices. And then Kelly and Anna come to me, and I'm a marketing person, right? And they're like, hey, Minal, so we are working with over 750 practices in America, and we don't even have a website, really. We don't even do any marketing. How do I even work this Facebook page? I mean, they're asking me, how do I go on and post something on a Facebook page? So I'm cracking up laughing here. And I'm like, you are working with this many practices in America. He's like, yeah, not only are we working with them, on average, clients that work with our practices make $12,000 to $17,000 more a month. So I'm like, well, I need to know you. I need to see how we can do this together. And this kind of became into a workshop because there was just no way, you know, he had clients reach out to me and we had this wonderful things going on. And we were like, we have to come up with something where we are able to teach these systems that are going to work. And, you know, as a marketing strategist, I don't have anything to sell to anybody. I don't sell you a website. I don't sell you anything. No SEO. I don't sell you any products. I don't sell you anything. This is flat out strategies. This is how do you create a marketing plan? I mean, that's why, you know, the book is called Why Your Marketing is Killing Your Business, because a lot of it is just about how do you focus. And Glenn, you know about this. How do you maximize the things you have, right? How do you leverage the things you have? So yeah, it became into a beautiful workshop. We are super excited. Like I said, it's in Charlotte. Charlotte is becoming one of my favorite places to visit. So many wonderful people there. And yeah, I was shocked. Kelly, actually, we haven't even really marketed the event, to be honest. We have just kind of internally just spoken about it to people, and even just internally spoken. And we're going to be marketing heavily now because our early bird pricing ends on March 15th, which is, you know, about 10 days away from us.
Yeah.
And so it's only 10 days away. And we already have people coming from, like I was saying, Indiana, and this is in Charlotte. So North Carolina, clearly, Indiana, Texas, Michigan, New Jersey, New York. Like, we have people flying in and coming in. So this is super exciting for us. And we are thrilled to be doing this together. Absolutely.
So Minal, I mean, I'm super excited about it. I want to try to find a way to get off.
You need to come.
I do.
You so need to come.
So you recently released the book, and I saw all these people they're like loving it. They're holding the book. They're taking all these pictures and stuff. So for those who are watching right now, they're like, okay, we want to know about the book. Obviously, you can buy it on Amazon. But Minal, can you give us just a small, itty bitty nugget from the book, so that they kind of entice them to pick up the book? But give us a little nugget or a little pearl from the book. All
right. Well, so there is quite a bit in the book. It became a #1 Amazon bestseller in 5 countries within 24 hours. What? You know? I get daily messages from people and things like that. But the #1 thing that you want to know in the book, and you're going to think, why is a marketing strategist putting a title like why your marketing is killing your business. The number one nugget you're pretty much going to get is no matter how much budget you have, right? There are people who are listening who may have budget of $1,000 to $100,000 or more that they're spending on their marketing. The book will tell you no matter how much budget you have, how can you get new patients from it? There is no such thing as spend 5%. There is no such thing as spend 10%. All of that is very old. That is, the 1990s where you used to have those numbers before the rise of the digital age and the social media and how you can leverage all of that. So yeah, if there is anything, no matter what budget you have in your marketing, just get the book. And the book is $20. And I already had people, email me, call me, write reviews, message me saying they've already made thousands and they've put the strategies into implementation. So I'm thrilled. I'm still trying to take it all in because I just thought I'm going to make a book and maybe sell 20 copies. I never realized how big this is going to get. But I guess I must know something because I do marketing, right?
Well, it says the lady who started off with a world record, right? So.
Yes, that is true too. Yes.
Books there at the event.
Yes, I will. And you know what, Glenn? This is what I'll do too. I'll have the books at the event. And what I will do is if they do mention you, so Kelly said that, anybody who mentions Glenn who signs up and sign up before March 15th, because we have.
Yeah. Wait. Let me change the caller here real quick. Okay, there we go.
Yes, Nifty deal alert. So anybody who signs up and, we're going to send you a survey and everything like that. And if you tell us that you heard about it through Nifty Thrifty or Glenn Woe, we're going to give you a $25 gift card and you're going to get the book.
What?
Wow.
What's up?
That's a good deal.
I love that. Minal, that is so awesome. Okay, Kelly. So, I'm not gonna let you just skate away here and just let Minal do all the talking. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring you back on here. So Kelly, here's the thing. Obviously, you've been working with so many people here. You held so many people in the spirit of giving, and so now I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Oh, okay.
So, and I know because you already talked to me about this. We talk in private. Kelly's such a great friend. He always talks about ways that he can help me grow my practice, right? So what is, and hopefully you'll pick the same thing, but what's the one thing that people get caught up on when it comes to scheduling patients?
The one thing they get caught up on.
So what have we been trained by everybody with our existing patients? What do people train us to do? And then it prevents us from growing our practice.
Yeah, you want.
And this is kind of guys. For those who are watching right now, this is kind of controversial. So if you're doing something like working out or something or watching, you need to sit down because you might fall off the Peloton bike right now. Okay, because he's about to get really controversial.
I'm gonna drop a bomb right here.
Okay. So guys, you gotta sit down here. You might have to rewind it and watch it again later. So Kelly, you know what I'm getting at?
I think I do. And
Okay.
that is, we want to love some of our patients right out of the practice. And what I mean by that is, let's say Minal's been coming to you for years, and Minal comes to you because you give her an 8 o'clock appointment. And if she doesn't get 8 o'clock, she's going somewhere else.
Yes.
Minal hasn't done work in years. Minal hasn't referred to you in years. Minal is sweet when she's there.
I mean, I even bought her book.
Yeah.
And she still doesn't want to do treatment.
But when she shows up, if she doesn't get what she wants, she's going somewhere else. My question is, Minal a good patient or a nice patient? There's a big difference, right? And so I'm a big believer that if Minal is going to be demanding and threatening to the practice, that if I don't get this, then I'm doing that, then I believe in just loving her out of the practice and saying, Minal, we'd hate to lose you as a patient. I understand time is more important than the care we provide. So if you've got to have an 8 o'clock, I'm sure someone would love to have you. But if you want my care, I've got 11 o'clock next week for you.
Wow.
So that's what you meant?
That, and then we're about to bring up something else that's going to have someone fall off their Peloton bike. But guys, first of all, if you like what you're hearing right now, type in the comments section, may the Schwartz be with you.
There you go.
May the Schwartz be with you, okay? And it's the crawler's going across there. Just copy that, may the Schwartz be with you. So that's kind of controversial because, with a long-term patient, we feel like we want to go out of our way to accommodate these patients that have been with our practice for so long.
And we do want to go out of our way. We do want to accommodate them, but we don't want them holding you hostage, right? Most practices have 500-600 patients overdue at any one time that would come in to see you if you had space. But think of it like, you've been eating too much of crap that you shouldn't be eating, and you got some bad patients clogging your arteries. You got to clear that up. You need room for growth, and the times that are most demanded are first and last. So they need to be priorities, and they need to be for your great patients. And it's not that Minal's not a great patient, but she's a demanding patient. And if a patient doesn't value the care that you provide and what your team provides, and if she doesn't get this or that, I question whether she's a great patient. Now, if I've got those times open, I would say, Minal, if we have a change in our schedule, we never have cancellations, right, Glenn? We have changes in our schedule, right? Well, if we have a cancellation, we'll call you. Wrong answer. If we have a change in our schedule, we'll be happy to give you a call and get you in. But Minal, right now, the next thing I have is this day or this time. So we can afford to love 20, 30 patients out of the practice every year. Matter of fact, one of the jokes I do with my team is pick one patient that you'd love to never see again. And on your anniversary or birthday, you get to vote them off the practice. And if the team agree, we just dismiss that patient.
Well, Kelly, I'm going to, I made the post about this like right when I started Nifty Thrifty, and we do this thing. And during that time, there was this movie called The Purge. You remember that movie called The Purge, right? So actually, so every year we would do this thing called The Purge, and we pick a patient that we just did not like, and we just dismiss them. And you know what? The patients made that our team it became like a game. They're like, oh, they started ranking people. Like, okay, we want these people out of here. And it's like dragging the patient, the team down, making us feel bad and whatnot. And life's too short, right? So let me ask you this, okay? So on the same token, what you were just saying a while ago, what about a patient who just does not want to do treatment? I mean, and they've been on the roster for years. What would you suggest about those type of patients?
Well, like any bad patient, I do want to try to turn them around. And even the bad patients we talk about dismissing, there's nothing wrong with saying, Glenn, really want to continue to see you. And if you can cooperate and we can find time that's a win-win, we'd love to have you stay in the practice. But if you've got to have this and it's going to upset you, then please go somewhere else. We understand. But that patient that's not doing treatment, right? The approach that I generally take in talking with you would be, Glenn, obviously you and I aren't on the same page. I value you as a friend, but my opinion as your dentist doesn't really seem to be affecting because we're not moving forward. And so I'm really worried your teeth and your overall health are going to be in worse shape. So why don't we find you a dentist that matches up your philosophy? And I'd rather lose you as a patient than lose you as a friend. So why don't we find a dentist that can kind of take you where you want to go and will keep you kind of in check instead of getting better? Because my goal is really to help you save your teeth, not lose them. So if there's another doctor who's
it's almost like a friendly ultimatum.
Yeah, well, we love you, and obviously I think the world of you, but my opinion and my advice isn't something that you like and you're not following. So I can understand if you'd like to find another dentist, but then you won't be mad at me if you broke a tooth and can't get in, or the tooth falls out, you're not mad at me. And I don't want to have you walking around town missing teeth telling them I'm your dentist, right? I want you to have a nice looking, healthy smile. So again, there are some patients that I see too many offices wasting too much time on when there are a lot of other patients that would come in and see you if you just had the space.
Yeah, and I love that. It's really just getting the patient to own up to their treatment, right? And speaking of owning up or living up to things, I'm going to bring Minal back on here. Let me switch that back around. And Minal, let me ask you this. So you work with and you coach so many dental practices, so many dentists there with marketing. And here's the thing. I mean, they can get the best coaching in the world, right? They can have Bird Eye. They can have all these great things, Local Med, all these great products. But it's all about action and implementation, right? So, Minal, let me ask you this about clients that you worked with, right? I mean, they got to put in a little bit of work. And why is that so important, putting in that work?
Well, actually, Glenn, all my clients are required. I don't sign up without this. They are required to assign somebody inside their team who I will be working with directly. And if they don't have somebody inside their team, then I will help them hire somebody inside their team whose job it is to go, become the CMO inside the practice, and I will coach and train. So without implementation, things are just ideas. If you want conversions, you need to implement. And I understand that, as you understand that too. So no, my clients are required to assign somebody. And that's a very clear conversation that I have with them. And they understand it because I have clients and they find the people, you know.
I love that because so many times, and you've seen it, right? Either my group or any other group, someone's always complaining about their marketing, right? They're like, I'm going to get rid of these guys. I'm going to do this. It's not working. And a lot of times when I sit down and I listen to them, it's actually, I think to myself, like, I think you're the problem, right?
Yeah.
You have all these things. You're signing up for all these products and all these services, right? And yet there's no one actually doing it, right? They're like, okay, yeah, I'll take all these Facebook classes, okay, and then I'm gonna post all these things on social media,
Magic pill.
but they don't do it. And there's like their Facebook page is like barren there, and I think that is so important that instead of, a lot of times we just like to point fingers at everybody, but sometimes you gotta be able to do it yourself.
You know, Minal, similar to what you said, lack of implementation leads to stagnation, which ends up being elimination.
Right.
So you're going to be out of business. And like Minal, we assign someone who drives recall. And if they're not driving recall, getting the butts in the chair, then work's not being found. And we pair them up.
Are you guys still there?
And
Are you guys still there? Did we?
because it's really controversial. So we talk. And then I said, appointment.
Correct.
So it's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
So
talk about that.
So there's a couple different levels here, right? So old school and a lot of coaches out there are really big about everybody leaves with an appointment.
Yeah.
And that used to be the way it was because technology isn't where it is today. So, you know, we've partnered with Dental Intel. We're an elite coaching partner, and even they are big about making sure everybody leaves with an appointment. But now we have the ability that if I'm looking at your history of cancellation and no-shows, the fact that you really haven't needed work, but you've done work, I have the option of saying, you know, Glenn, I see here that you're in great shape or that you've had to cancel in the past. Instead of making an appointment in 6 months that you don't know if you can keep, how about if I go into Dental Intel here, I'm going to make a little note, which day of week is best to reach you, what time of day and at what number. And I'll make myself a note. And I'm going to ask, Glenn, can I ask one more favor? When we call you to make that appointment, will you call us back so we can get you on the books and don't have to bother you? Now, a patient who really cares about their dentistry and their overall health, when we call them, they're going to call back and take the appointment. But why push you into an appointment? You don't know what you're doing on a Thursday in 6 months at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And if anything better comes up, you're going there instead of the dentist. I mean, if it's time to get a haircut, you'd rather do that. So I don't believe in pushing patients in and having a super high pre-appointment percentage. What I care more about is the number of patients that actually show up for that day. So we schedule for goal and we block for crown and bridge and bigger productive procedures, but we open up times to accommodate our new patients. So we do a great job with Minal. We track the amount of new patients that we're getting. We can break them out. How many are coming in restorative? How many are hygiene? And we plan for our growth, you know, fail to plan to fail.
Yeah.
So we plan for our growth of new patients by blocking enough time to accommodate that. If we can't get those new patient openings are still there 3 days out, then we go to our overdue patients and I say, hey, Glenn, guess what? We've got an 8 o'clock for you, just like we told you we would.
Yeah.
We can see you in 3 days. Oh, great. I'm happy to see it, you know, and then in they come. So we have great success with that.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I know it sounds shocking, right? Because when he told me, I was like, you are insane, Kelly. That's against everything I've ever learned. You want to get that pre-appointment. I mean, Dental Intel even checks that, even rates that.
And they're big about it.
They're really big about it. And then what ended up happening was I got like super busy schedule, right?
Right.
And then people started falling off and I'm like pulling my hair out. And then we had this conversation. I was like, Kelly, All right, I told.
So were you full or were you productive?
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And then what ended up happening when I started implementing Kelly's system, because here's the thing, we always check through dental intel anyways, right? If there's someone needs an appointment or whatnot,
right,
family needs to come in.
Right.
So see what it says.
Doing it twice. There you
go. I don't know if you guys can read it. I'm trying to see.
We can. Read it for us.
Hold on.
Quality versus quantity. That's the game. That's the game. You know, so like Tim was saying, what is it? How much production are you getting? How many people are actually showing up?
Yeah. And we find, you know, like I said, we've got 750 practices. We've got, 70 to 100 on dental intel that we track and monitor. And our clients they're scheduling over 50% of the dollars that are presented. They're scheduling 80% of the patients are coming back for their first visit. And it's not about being full. It's about getting patients who actually show. Yeah. So the question you have to ask yourself is, would you rather have 100% pre-appointed or a 90% show rate? And I'd rather have 90% show than 100% pre-appointed. So,
and we learned that, and I implemented Kelly's system, and it's been working really great. It has, but it's, man, you really have to just,
commit.
And then also change the way you're kind of like, it's like a lot of rewiring there. And so speaking of rewiring here, I want to bring Minal back on. We froze you earlier, but we got you back here. So Minal, you're going to be at this awesome event with Kelly here. And so for those who are going to be attending it, what's a couple of things they're going to get from your presentation at this event?
So we're going to do this very different than my usual events. The first thing is that we have priced it so that you can have the first registration, and then the second registration is only $200.
Wow. So we got a person to help implement.
Nice. Yeah, because the reason is if I talk about, and if I say to you that I need somebody who you're going to bring, who's going to either be the team leader, somebody who's a doer inside your practice, I'm going to make it easy for you to come. So you can have the one registration, which is $497 for, till March 15th, just 10 days away. And then the second registration is only $200 because we want you to bring that person in. This is not a fluff overall, let me make you feel good or let me scare you with all the marketing you should be doing. None of that is there. This is literally, how do we do this? How can I go home with it? And then as a bonus, what I'm going to do is I'm working on a survey. So anybody who comes to this workshop who has registered will be receiving a survey from us, and they are going to get a chance to voice exactly what they want help in.
Really?
In advance. So the entire workshop that I'm going to
be based on what people want to hear.
So like if you wanted to, how do I grow my implants or my sleep dentistry or whatever, we're going to know what you're wanting and we're going to try our best to
yeah.
that.
Wow.
So this is not a here's information. This is what do you need, and you're bringing somebody with you.
I'm talk about what I want to talk about. Yeah. No, you're going to talk about what they want to hear. I love that.
We're doing a true workshop, not a lecture or seminar. It's a workshop. It's
a workshop. And by the end of it, Glenn, all the workshops I've done so far, by the end of it, people pretty much have a marketing plan in their hand. Yeah. And this is even a higher level than that, because this is no longer me just telling you what to do. This is me telling you what you want to know and then telling you what to do. So, yes, I want to get more implant patients. Hey, I have no idea how to use social media, or how do I do a budget for marketing? Whatever you want to do, we'll cover that.
I love it. Okay, so Kelly, I'm going to put you back on the spot here. Okay. All right.
I feel like I'm on the firing line.
Yeah. So Kelly, we just heard from Minal what attendees are going to expect from her. What are they going to get from you when they come to this event?
We're going to give them 2 or 3 systems that they can go back to their office the next day and implement that will help them make sure that their patients are coming back time and time again. We're going to talk a little bit about some dialogue. We're going to talk about some protocols. The biggest frustration I think most doctors have is keeping hygiene full. Mm-hmm. So we're going to give them some tools with that. And then, do you know, since you asked me and put me on the spot, what's the number one reason patients leave a practice?
They don't feel appreciated?
They don't feel appreciated, right? Lack of indifference or caring by the doctor staff. So when you tell a patient, for example, you need work, and that patient doesn't schedule, do you have a system? Do you have a protocol to make sure that patient's invited back? Or is it, see you in 6 months, we'll talk about it again?
So what we normally do is if they have treatment, and this is my practice, if they don't schedule the appointment, I mean, the goal is we actually track that.
Sure.
The goal is to get them when they leave, they have the appointment, their treatment is on the books.
Right.
Okay.
And if it's not,
a team member calls them the next day.
Okay.
Waits another couple of days, calls them again.
All right. You want me to take you to a whole nother level?
Go to their house?
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
Okay.
So when your team member calls me tomorrow, the average patient's perception is Dr. Glenn just wants my money. I was just in your office. I told you I can't afford it. I'm not going to do it right now. So what we do, and this is just proven to work time and time again, we bring the patients that didn't schedule to you at the morning huddle. Say, Dr. Vo, how do you want to follow up? All the patients who don't schedule get a letter from you with an intraoral camera photo of the tooth we discussed and a little sentence about, Kelly, I'm worried this is going to break and cost you more. Let's get a call. I send that letter out 10 days from the date they were diagnosed. Then my staff calls 10 days later, not to get them to schedule, but to make sure you know Dr. Vo cares and wants to see if we can get you taken care of before it does cost more. And your case acceptance rate on those letters will double the phone call.
Done. I'm going to start doing that right away.
So we have a letter we put together, and everybody who's at the seminar is going to get a copy of that letter.
Awesome.
And it's just, when we call you right away like that, even in the first week, nothing's changed from the time they're in the office. I mean, a few people who said, I got to check my schedule, but not the majority.
Yeah.
So we give them 10 to 14 days. We send them a nice letter, and then we follow up with that letter. Hey, Dr. Vo was worried and concerned. Want to make sure you got his letter because he cares. Can we get you in before this happens? Now, if the patient breaks a tooth, they realize you care and it's their fault instead of you just trying to track them down.
All right.
So we're going to give them a couple of those types of things.
I love that. I mean, guys, if you're watching that right now, do you love what he just said? You got to type in the comment section, Schwartz be with you. But that's right there. I mean, you can do that, guys. You can do that literally
right now.
Next day. Next day. Okay, so Minal, I'm going to bring you back on here. Okay, so Minal, so we're about to wrap things up. Literally, Kelly just came into town, into Dallas-Fort Worth. That's when we're all here together here. The man just like, look, let's do a Facebook Live. He hasn't even unpacked, hasn't even got anything to eat yet. He just literally just threw his bags there and jumped down here. So I'm going to be mindful of his time. But Minal, so before we jump off, I want to let you say a few things. Number one, I'm going to get two things, okay? Two parts here. Number one, what are you most excited about as far as this event? And number two, what excites you about what you do as far as being a marketing strategist? Two questions there. So event, what are you excited about at the event? And number two, why do you love your job?
Well, the first one is I'm excited about the event because I am a believer in 101. I'm a believer that you get to learn from somebody instead of just kind of going online and looking at a course. I am somebody who says, let's do this together. Let's get all your questions answered. I want to show you. I want to teach you. And it really fuels me to see the growth that people have, Glenn. At my last workshop in New York that I did, we had few practitioners crying with happy tears because they didn't realize how much impact and how much they can do without adding additional budget. Like they were so in a corner saying, I must want to spend tens of thousands of dollars. And then when I showed them the other route, it was a change in their mindset. They were happy about what they were doing, right? And I love to see that because it makes me understand that I'm helping. And that's always a good thing. Gratitude is a big thing. The second question, why do I do what I absolutely love what I do. Yeah. If people haven't realized that by now, if you're following me anywhere on social media, or if you've come to one of my workshops or heard me speak, I love what I do. I just spent 10 minutes this morning joking with a client on a dental joke, and we could not stop laughing. I'm a relationship person. I've been doing this since 2008, and I can't name one client that I worked with that has not become into a friend. Not one client. And this is why when you said anybody I talk to that Minal's worked with, they always have good things to say. So I am a relationship-based business. I am not a marketing business. I am not any other things except a relationship-based business. So that's why I love what I do. I get to meet amazing people. I get to be a part of their growth journey. And I can't believe that they, bring me along and they actually take my ideas and go run with them. So I'm excited about that.
I love it. Okay, so now, wait, hold on, Kelly. So now I'm actually going to ask you the same question. So number one, what are you most excited about this event? And then, of course, why do you love what you do?
The most excited I am about the event is bringing in Minal, to be honest. For all, in all honesty, for 27 years we've been coaching, and the majority of our program is geared towards retention, systems, and case acceptance. So we've never found the right partner, because we get asked all the time, "Hey, will you promote this? Will you promote that?
Yeah.
We can do this. We can do that." And for the most of the time, and up till now, we've really said no to the majority of those people. Our clients and potential new clients that want to come are going to get exposed to a true marketing plan that will work. So to be in the room, listening to Minal, watching and being able to help our clients and our new friends be able to walk away with a marketing plan is just phenomenal. Because like Minal said, for Anna and I, for 20 years, we've been completely word of mouth, classmates, friends, and so forth. When we met in Utah, you're like, "You're who?" You know, you didn't know who I was, but you didn't know I had 750 offices either, right? So even Dental Intel didn't know who I was. And when I signed 50 clients up, they're like, "Well, how big is your client, your team?" And I'm like, "Well, it's me and my beautiful wife over there." They're like, "No, there's no way you have it." So having Minal in there teaching our clients and our friends how to grow their practice on top of the systems, I'm really, really excited about it. We travel a lot. We have 1,930 nights on the road just at Marriott alone. We're like, I don't know, 50 already this year.
I mean, literally, when I came into the hotel, and someone literally, this is a true story. He came up, he gave me a drink, and he says, "Are you here to see Mr. Schwartz?" No, I'm not joking around. This guy, the bartender, came up there and gave me a drink. We've only
been here like an hour.
And he was like, "Are you here to see?" I was like, "I am." He said, "Oh, they got the boardroom for you, and yeah, we're gonna get that ready." Then I text you, and you came down, and we came in there. But yes, I mean the Marriott. I mean, I think you might be like on their like Wall of Fame or something.
Yeah, because Titanium Lifetime is up there.
There you go.
But what we do with a lot of traveling is Anna and I have a lot of time to read, read Minal's book, listen to books on tape and so forth. But what I try to study is, what do other successful people do? And what I found, and we like to try really hard to be successful, is there are two common denominators. One, they enjoy what they're doing and they help people. You know, if you look at Bill Gates, why does he still do what he does? Well, he created Windows operating system, which made it easy for everybody. He loves it, so he still does it. You know, Steve Jobs, before he passed, I mean, he created Apple and all things that go with that, and love what he did and continue to work. So we just love going in to meeting new people, meet new teams, new challenges, and finding different ways to do it. And as a coach, what we're able to do is we're able to go into offices and see what they've done that has worked, as well as what has failed, and then be able to share it with other people that these are mistakes other people have made. And we say all the time, if the guy up the street can fail doing it, so can you. But if they can succeed, we can succeed even better. So we like the challenge of every office we walk into, no matter how big, how small. We've got boutique practices, we've got Medicaid, Medicare practices, insurance driven, and we've got multi-location, 65 staff, 9 doctors. So we're always learning, and I think that's what I love is learning. So
I love it. I don't think I could say anything else that could top what you two guys just said. So I think I should just shut things down here.
Can I put Minal on the spot?
Let's put her on the spot. Let's bring her back, because like literally I can't follow up what you just said there.
Glenn is helping us a little, and we're giving a few things away. If you're willing to partner with me, Glenn is putting on an event out in Las Vegas. I know you know about June 26th, 27th, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So here's what I'm willing to do if you'll partner with me. How about if everybody who attends our class, we'll give them a certificate. We'll pick up the cost of them attending the class for Glenn. In other words, their registration. Wait, so doctor and staff, right? How much is the doctor's registration?
I think it's $500.
So $500, and the staff
is $250.
All right. So we'll give them $1,000 credit if they come to our class, so they can learn even more from all the social media people out in Vegas.
Wow.
Would you work with that?
Yeah, that's awesome. And I just want to tell you something, Kelly, because I do this a lot, and Minal does too. Once you say something on our streams, everyone's going to hear it. There's no backing out, man.
Well, I mean, they got to come to our class.
Let me just zoom it in. There's no backing out there.
They got to come to our class.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I mean, I love it. And that's what it's all about. You know, that's with the social media groups and meeting. I mean, I met both of you guys. Obviously, I met you at Dental Intel, and I got to know you better through social media. Minal, I met her through social media. And the thing is that something awesome happens when you meet someone online and then you actually meet them in person later on, right? It is so awesome. And I met Minal for the first time at not this past Jumpstart, but the year before. No, before Jumpstart.
Paul
Homiley's. So I was so grateful to actually kind of be a part of her, that awesome presentation that she gives so much. I was there, and she was there actually for mine, because the presentation I was working on was the one that I did at Ultradent, and we all heard each other. We all kind of, so yeah, and something magical happens when you actually meet people in person. And so that is so amazing. Thank you so much. You guys definitely shocked me right there. Now I really don't have anything to say.
Well, we want to see practices grow. You know, we feel that what we do helps enough people. You know, we have a registration fee only to cover our costs. We're not doing it to make money. We're doing it to cover the cost. We're doing it at a first-class event, which is Dentsply Sirona. We've got great sponsors helping us out so we can provide a nice, great atmosphere to learn. We just want to help teams get the exposure to learn and have the tools to go back and be successful. And that's what we're looking for. So if we can get them in front of Minal and I, get a handful of them out to see you and all the great speakers you have in your lineup, I think our clients win, and that's what we'd like to do. That's part of being successful, is giving back. And I know Minal is an expert at that.
Yeah.
So. Thank you guys. Yeah, Glenn, you know us. I mean, we do, every time you do your holidays giveaway stuff, and you say come on board, we are always there to support. It's a small industry. Even though it's a big industry, it's a small industry, and there are few that do that stuff. And we are very happy to absolutely support you for the April event in Vegas. It's going to be fun.
I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so before we jump off here, it's like I said, literally, Kelly and his wife literally came here, threw their bags down. We jumped on here, so I got to let them kind of settle down here. Talk about the event one more time. Let's get all the details before we jump off.
So the website is www.dentalsuccessteam.com. Everything's on there. You can register. Minal, being the marketing expert's got it all set up for us. But it's www.dentalsuccessteam.com. It's in Charlotte, May 2nd. Minal has all the pricing and details. We can help you if you reach out to myself or Anna. We'll help you find a place to stay. There's a lot of great little hotels nearby. It's close to the airport, so it's really easy and convenient for everybody.
And before we log off, Minal, what is the Nifty Thrifty deal?
So I put it up already in the comments. Everybody who's been watching has been receiving comments from me. But so Nifty Thrifty deal, if you do register, March 15th, which is about 10 days away, register by then so you can get the early bird discount. And then on top of that, what you're going to do is you're going to send an email to info@minalsampat.com. Just say, hey, I heard you guys on Nifty Thrifty, or use Glenn's name, and you will get a $25 gift card at the event, plus my book. So that's like a $50 deal.
And a gift card too. I love it. That is so awesome. That's one of those niftiest, thriftiest deals out there. But guys, thank you so much for jumping on. I am super excited about that. I'm going to try to make my way out there as well.
Can we give Glenn a deal? I think we'll only charge him half price.
Oh, fine, Glenn.
I'll take that. But I'm going to need something very special written in my book, Minal. I'm just going to tell you right now, okay? Something extra special, okay? But anyways, guys, thank you so much for jumping on. Minal, thank you so much for jumping on too. And guys, she put in the comments section all the details there. And you know what? She's on social media a lot. Just message her. And
we're on Facebook.
And Kelly loves it when you blow up his inbox. He really does. I mean, during the spirit of giving, people would just kept on messaging. He loved it. He loved it so much that, Anna was telling me how she was getting tired of him when being on the phone. So yeah, let's do that again, guys. But guys, thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you so much for jumping on. Minal, thank you for jumping on as well. And guys, we will see y'all later. Bye.
Thank you.